Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Bardic Quest, the show where a group of British trained actors tell fantastical improvised stories through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo!
Woohoo! So, again, no particular housekeeping this week. Everybody's here, which is good, but just another gentle reminder, if you haven't subscribed, liked, and or left a review on your podcatcher of choice, please do, to appease those benevolent algorithm gods that we have. So, without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. So, last time, after having rescued Adabra Gwyn from the clutches, proverbial clutches, of course, of a manticore, our group decided to converse with her and perhaps see if they can get hold of the potions that they were at Umbridge Hill to acquire. And despite Johann's efforts to antagonize the poor woman, they did manage to get hold of two fairly reasonably priced potions of healing and also lodgings for the evening before they set off on their journey back to Phandalin, which would have resulted in them arriving at around nightfall. So they stayed overnight and in the morning headed off back to Phandalin, where they found Tommy, the ruffian that they had quite literally roughed up and interrogated previously, on guard at the walls of Phandalin, along with a handful of the other ruffians as well. So our group decided to circle around the town and happened upon the ruins of the mansion which they had heard was housing the hideout of the Redbrands, and so ventured into the forests at the hill's foot in order to see if they could locate the rumoured side entrance to their hideout, which is, of course, where we pick up. So, you enter into the forests. Is there anything you'd like to do as you enter the forest at the base of the hill?
Should we check for traps? Because obviously this is so close to the manor, they might have fortified it lightly.
And or tracks, like footprints.
Aye.
Okay. Johann, do you want to give me an investigation check, see if you can find any sign of any traps, first of all?
That is a 25.
Okay. So you have a look around, looking for things like tripwires tied to trees, perhaps signs of any pit traps, as you've been on the receiving end of those in the past, and also the snare traps. Any triggers, really, that you can find. And you're pleased to discover that there doesn't seem to be anything resembling any traps here.
There doesn't appear to be any traps here.
Sergei, do you want to give me a survival check, see if you can find any tracks?
The first roll of today's session, maybe a 1.
He follows his own tracks.
Sergei, as you are looking for tracks, you can see some footprints in the dirt. And as you follow them, you come to the feet of Johann, who is currently looking for signs of any traps.
Aha! Oh,
What are you doing?
I was looking for tracks.
Right. Try looking beyond us. Okay?
I will do my best. Oh, look, a bird. Just gonna get distracted by the wildlife.
Anything Thorik Saga that you'd like to do at this point?
I'm just gonna keep walking through.
Sure.
Thorik just wants to cock his ear every so often and like peer through the trees just to see if he can hear any persons or any beasties or anything like that, just to make sure that we're not in danger.
Okay, sure. Give me a perception check, please.
16.
There doesn't appear to be any immediate signs of any danger. No feeling that you're being watched. No sense that there's anybody close by. Do you all want to give me a group investigation check? So you all roll, and so long as half of you succeed,
Okay.
it'll be a success, basically.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is a 12.
15.
14.
7.
Okay. So you wander through the forest and you're trying to find any sign you can of any tunnels or any tracks. And though you don't necessarily find any tunnel, you do start to pick up on some tracks headed towards the base of the hill, which look to be quite significant in number, not necessarily fresh, but certainly human footwear, and tracks leading towards the hill. You probably estimate there's probably about 4 or 5 people on this particular group of tracks, going in both directions as well.
Perhaps some kind of patrol.
So are we following them?
Yes.
Which direction?
Well, obviously to the manor.
Good idea.
I'd like to draw to my 2 daggers just in case.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you follow the tracks, which seem to lead towards a small, well, I say small, fairly large actually, bush that is kind of rested almost in a slightly unusual way up against the side of the cliff face that makes up this particular part of the hill.
Well, I am globally known for tackling bushes, so I'll start to jab my way through.
Okay. And as you start hacking away at it, it becomes very, very clear that there's actually a lot of space behind the bush, because it looks as though as you're hacking away at it, there shouldn't be much give on it because it's like right up against the cliff face. But as you start to hack away, it's giving this give, and there seems to be space behind it. And as you carry on hacking away, you start to see the opening appear on the side of the cliff, the side of the hill, and it looks to be a quite significantly sized tunnel.
I found it.
Oh, good work.
And as you're looking down the tunnel, you can actually see, Sergei, as you're kind of hacking away, that there does appear to be torchlight down the tunnel.
I'll just get enough space to be able to get through the thicket bracken bush.
This will take us into the manor house, presumably.
Time like the present. Let's go.
Okay.
Thorik. Hammer, shield.
Yeah.
Wallet,
Okay.
keys.
Spectacles, all the rest of that.
So as Sergei clears the rest of this bush, you guys start to pull out your equipment and gear and get ready really for anyone to jump you, perhaps, and you head into this tunnel. This tunnel is fairly straight. It's a very long tunnel, just going into the depths of the hill. And you really, really take your time, being very careful where you tread. You guys have ventured into perhaps unfriendly territory like this before. You know that patience and a steady pace is really worth taking, so as to not get caught unawares with any traps or hazards or even giving away your position. There's no need for torchlight from any of you because there are torches on the walls, but you continue quietly and carefully down this tunnel, and it takes you probably a good 10 minutes to get down this tunnel at this slow, steady pace, which is probably the equivalent of probably about 100 feet. That's the sort of speed that you're going at. It's taking you that long just because, places like this are just as much trying to kill you as the denizens themselves. And you find yourself entering into this large natural cavern, which carries with it, you've got the cold breeze behind you, and that's kind of wafting this smell of, it's a very faint smell of decaying flesh. And in the midst of this cavern, there's a large crevasse that's dividing it. And that crevasse is flanked by these two rough stone columns that are supporting a 20-foot high ceiling. And there are two arched wooden bridges spanning the cavern here.
Oh, could I do a quick perception?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Oh, Jesus. It's a 19 plus 3, 22.
22. Okay. Anything you're looking for in particular with that roll?
I guess just a general wash over, see what I can see if there's any traps or anything like that.
Okay. No particular sign of any traps right now. You can see at the far end of the cavern, you can just about make out there seems to be a large room at one end. And you can also see, actually, to your left, there seems to be a tunnel, which looks to be a more man-made tunnel. And actually, immediately to your right, as you come into this cavern, immediately to your right, across the crevasse and across one of the bridges, you can see another tunnel that is also looking fairly man-made. But no sign of any traps.
So 2 tunnels to choose from.
Yes, one to the left, one to the right, and then you also there's a chamber at the far end as well.
Which direction are we going?
Do we have a coin?
Thorik just wants to listen out and make sure that, see if he can hear any living thing, person coming down a corridor, just so we don't immediately run into anyone, or it's not someone, I don't know,
Sure.
on watch in this room that we haven't noticed. I don't know.
Sure.
Both tunnels lit.
Yes. Give me a perception check, please, Thorik.
But the room we're in isn't lit.
No, where you are is lit. There are torches
Okay.
around the cavern. Yeah.
Perception.
Sorry, Thorik, for the perception, please.
Oh, sorry.
That is a 14.
14. So you're listening very, very carefully, just trying to get any sense you can of anything here that might be on watch, anything that that is maybe lurking in the shadows, and you can hear a strange sound in the depths of the cavern.
Thorik.
Thorik, could you make a could you make a deception check for me, please?
Deception.
That was
Okay.
uncharacteristically good. 18 minus 1, 17.
Okay, you start to feel, as you become aware of this presence, you start to become a little bit unnerved, and you can feel something kind of pressing, almost like it's kind of trying to rummage through your thoughts.
Oh,
And it kind of makes you feel really uncomfortable, and you kind of try and almost mentally kind of bat it away. And you feel as though you've succeeded, but it certainly made you feel quite uncomfortable.
I want to try and do this as subtly as possible, but I sort of do it with the illusion of adjusting my equipment and just say, Saga, one sec, your bracer. And I sort of pull her down slightly to me and just say, we're not alone. There's some creature above us. Do I get the sense it's above us?
You actually get the feeling that it's certainly, it's not far away. It could be above you. It's kind of this unusual feeling. You're very aware of its presence, but you're not entirely sure, exactly where.
okay. I very slowly go and take my crossbow out. So it's in my hand.
I look at them both and go, what is it?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
But I give him the eyes of and I start darting them towards just the general area.
Saga, could you make a deception check, please?
Yes.
What is going on? Why are you all doing that weird eye thing?
Everything's fine, Sergei, with a note of it's definitely not fine. That is a 12.
A 12.
Yes.
You feel a presence in your mind that's very unwelcome, very inquisitive.
Okay.
And then you just hear a voice which says to you, "It must be difficult having the blood of innocence on your hands."
Then she does the thing where she looks around.
And then that presence just disappears.
Thorik looks at Saga and just taps his head, then gives her questioning eyes,
I heard something.
What is it? I don't hear anything.
It's in my head.
Johann, could you give me a deception check, please?
$12 plus 0 is 12.
You also feel this very invasive presence in your mind. And it pushes and pushes and pushes. But your stubbornness and your hatred for such witchcraft, as you interpret it to be, pushes that force out of your mind.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it?
Yes. What is it?
Going on?
Is it the wizard?
I don't think. Could it be a wizard?
Sergei, could you give me a deception check, please?
Ah, there it is. Well, it's not a good start.
On charisma, boy.
+4 in deception. So I rolled a 3 plus 4, so it's 7.
Oh no.
Okay. You feel a really almost malevolent pressure on your mind. It's really making you feel uncomfortable.
Ouch.
And you just hear this voice in your head say, "The poor boy. Do you think you could ever be forgiven?"
Well, it's a very unkind, strange voice.
You heard it too.
Yes,
Mm.
it said something.
It said something to me too.
Thorik
These
casts
coward
light
tactics.
on the end of his warhammer and thrusts into the darkness
Okay.
to try and discover where this thing is coming from.
Sure. So you hold up your warhammer and flood the room with this bright light, and you do see this just in the corner of your eye. As the light hits, you see this very strange creature, kind of on all fours with a really arched back, just kind of scurry in amongst the rocks and heads into, like, scurries quickly into the crevasse below.
Saga takes her crossbow out and goes towards it. I want to find it.
Okay.
You said it spoke to you.
Yes.
What did it say?
It can read. It can see my memories.
So you're heading to the crevasse with your crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. You look into the crevasse. And could you give me a perception check, please?
Also,
I-
I'm going to head to the crevasse.
I
And
think
then-
we'll follow and I point the light into the crevasse.
Sure. In which case, could you all give me... Let's go with the group perception then. You can have advantage as well because of the light, the bright light.
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair,
Good
my
thing.
first roll was okay. 16.
18.
22.
21.
Good thing. It's first I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you all look into the crevasse, and Saga and Thorik, you just see, hidden amongst some rocks, this big green eye just peering through some of the rocks. You can't see
I'm
the
going to
rest of
shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay. All right. Let's roll initiative then, folks.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh,
With initiative makes it 22.
19.
17.
Hang on, hold fire. So 22 Saga,
Yep.
Thorik,
18.
18. Oh, nice. Sergei,
17.
17, and Johann,
19.
19. Blimey, that's not bad, is it? All right, so that's worked out quite nicely for you there, actually. Saga. Bear with me 1 second. So the turn order will go Saga, Johann, Thorik, Sergei, and then the creature. Okay? So, Saga, you're firing your crossbow, huh?
Yeah, it's out of melee range, right? 'Cause it's in the
yes.
crevice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the
then.
crevasse, by the way, is 20 foot deep.
20
Very
feet,
deep,
okay.
yeah. So you fire your crossbow bolt at it. All right, let's roll to hit then, shall we?
Okay, and as I shoot it, I say I had no choice.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
That's a natural 1.
Oh.
It's a 5. It's my attack bonus was 4, so it's 5.
Okay. So as you fire off the crossbow bolt, yelling, I had no choice, the bolt fires off. You try and get it in this eye, which is the only part of it you can see, so it does have cover to its advantage as well. And unfortunately, you just slightly misjudge it, and it just bounces off the rocks.
I have action surge. I'm using it.
Sure. Okay. Are you firing again?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, 16.
Okay. So you fire off another bolt with absolute intent of hitting, but unfortunately the cover of the rocks is just too much, and you just end up hitting the rocks that it's hiding behind.
Yeah, she just swears. Fuck.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? There are 2 bridges that you could cross if you wanted to.
Get closer? Or would it still be the same?
I mean, in terms of its cover, it would still be the same. But you've got those bridges that you can look. That means that then you can at least look directly into the crevasse rather than from the edge.
Yeah, I'll go on one bridge then.
Okay. Cool. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you are on the bridge then, Saga. I'm just making some quick notes. Okay, fine, lovely. Next up then we have Johann. So what would you like to do, Johann?
I have a plan.
Okay.
What if the tanks draw the creature into one of the tunnels while Johann and Sergei hide, and once it's in there, we stab it in the back? That way we can take it from both sides. I can hide.
Well, I'm already on the bridge, so you're gonna have to shout it out to me.
You relay this in your 6-second turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed, Isaac. Indeed.
Oh god. Okay. For now, because I'm still near Thorik and Sergei, I could go. We could draw it into the tunnels.
Okay.
It has field of view around us. Let us draw it into the tunnels and then surprise it.
Okay, so what are you doing to actually... You've obviously relayed that plan.
I don't want to throw my daggers because if I miss, I won't get it back.
Sure. So what would you like to do?
Okay. I shout to Thorik. Draw it into the tunnels. I will surprise it. And then find somewhere to hide. Even though there's probably nowhere to hide.
Well, you have got these stone columns that are either side of the crevasse, which you could hide behind one of those, perhaps.
Then I take my cunning action to hide
Okay.
behind one of these columns, and gesture to Sergei to come with me.
Okay.
And encourage Thorik to take his light into the tunnel.
Okay. Is that all your turn done?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it's probably, yeah.
All right. Okay. So Thorik, You've just heard Johann, yeah, we'll draw it into the tunnels. He's hidden behind the stone column, which is just to your left. And you see him kind of beckon you to kind of head into the tunnel that's just behind him.
Thorik doesn't really know how he's going to do that. It gives Johann a quizzical look and just like, shh, there can be more.
Johann has a look of, oh yeah. But continues to hide.
In Dwarvish, Thorik just says to himself, oh yeah, about as subtle as a brick, that one.
Do you speak Dwarvish, Johann?
It is one of the languages I don't speak, so no.
Oh, right. You got away with that one there.
Does Saga
I speak Dwarvish, yeah.
You hear Thorik say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like to do then, Thorik?
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh, right.
Because as much as it's difficult to do what Johann's saying, it might prove fruitful. So on a heads, I'm going to try and follow Johann's will. It's a tails. So I think I'm going to run towards one of the bridges.
Sure.
To try and get a
Saga's
better
currently on the bridge closest to you. There is another one that you could just about get to in one move further down, or you could join Saga on the bridge.
I'll join Saga on the bridge,
Okay.
actually. And Thorik whispers some arcane words, channeling his magic, and extends the hammer out, which is still glowing bright with light, to try and kind of like force the creature back a little bit. And I cast Sacred Flame. So it's a dex save, DC 12, and the target gains no benefit from cover for the saving throw.
Oh, nice. Good move. Okay, so dex save, was it?
Dex save, DC 12.
Okay, so... All right. Oh, that is going to be a 15, sir.
It'll save.
So does it take anything at all, or is it just straight miss?
No, it's a save or suck, so they say.
Ah, that's a shame.
Can't wait for that increase in level and increase in wisdom.
Yeah. So you mutter your incantation, your prayer, as the rings on your hands start to light up, and the end of your warhammer just lets out a blast of flame. But you see the creature, see it coming, and just kind of leap out of the way of the target, unfortunately.
Okay, that didn't work. And then probably only Saga sees Thorik start to reach for the rope hooked on his pack the next turn.
Okay. Ooh, interesting. All right.
But that's me.
Sergei,
Well,
what would you like to do, sir? You've just seen Thorik hurl some sacred flames at this creature to no avail. You've seen Johann screaming, draw it down the tunnels, and be the only one to run towards the tunnels. What would you like to do?
that creature's not the only one that can whisper into people's heads, so I'm going to step forward and shout down, "Hey, ugly! That boy left me with one thing. You want to hear it?" And in his head, I would like to cast Dissonant Whispers and say the following. Oh, there was a bear that died.
Okay. So what does he have to do? Does he have to save?
It is a wisdom saving throw, yes.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay. So that's a 15.
I'm pretty sure that saves. My spell save is 12, so yeah. It does still take half damage.
Oh, okay. So how much damage will that be then, sir?
3d6. So that'll be 8, 9, half of 9.
So we round down in D&D, so that'll be a... Oh, no, hang on. Do we round up? No, round down. Round down in D&D. Oh. It's round up normally in maths, isn't it? And it's the opposite in D&D. Round.
Yeah, I thought it was round down in D&D.
Yeah, round down in D&D. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
4 hit points then.
Lovely. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, you start singing the Death of the Bear in attempt to psych this creature out, and you do feel it kind of pushing back mentally at you, and it does succeed, but it does you kind of feel the fatigue mentally that creature has had to endure to achieve that effect.
My bonus action, could I then bardically inspire Saga?
You certainly can.
Ooh.
So is that a extra D4 on your next roll, is it?
Believe it is a D6. Yes.
D6, yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, it's not necessarily on your next roll, is it? It's when you choose.
Yeah, when I choose.
Yeah.
Come on, Saga, do better. You got this.
Better. Okay.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Well, that can be your bardic inspiration as well.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, Sergei, after having had this mental confrontation with this creature, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh dear. That will be a 8.
An 8. Okay. So you feel this force after that confrontation that you both had mentally. You suddenly feel this force push through your mind, and you just see in your mind's eye this big, gigantic green eye gazing almost into your very soul, and you take 4 necrotic damage, please.
This is terrifying.
And Saga and Thorik, from where you are, you see the creature break cover and head even further into the depths of the crevasse, running further away from you. It runs under the bridge that you can see further up, and heads towards the kind of the back of the room, as it were. You can still see it, and it is still very much in cover, but it is moving further away from you rather than closer. And that is the creature's turn. So, Saga, we're now back at the top of the round. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run after it, my full movement.
Okay, sure. So presumably you're gonna, because you're currently on the bridge, presumably you're gonna go to across to the side that you didn't start on, yeah? And then you're gonna run. Okay, so you could get from where you are. You could get to where the other, just near where the other bridge is. Yeah. To get, you're kind of now between a stone column and the bridge. So it's enough to kind of get a view, not really deep into the crevasse, but you can get a view at kind of the top end of the crevasse, if that makes sense.
Can I see the creature? From my new position, can I see it?
From your new position, probably not. It would take you probably moving a little bit further to get to the crevasse.
How much further?
If you were to move your full speed, that's where you'd get to.
If I move like slightly short of my full movement, can I still see it?
Yeah, it would still be very much in cover though from that angle.
Worth it. So I'm gonna run up to where I can still see it.
Yeah, so this is before you get to the stone column. Just before you're about 10 feet away from the stone column, and you can just see down the side of the crevasse.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to yell after it, "Come and fight me, you coward!" and shoot it.
Nice. Okay, go for it.
Ooh. What's my attack bonus? 4. 7. Even with the inspiration, that wouldn't be enough.
No, not whilst it's in cover. So you fire off this bolt, and you're just firing it into darkness at this point. Not really hitting anything. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just yell more. You said it, so it'll come towards me. Attack me.
All right. Johann, you're up. What would you like to do?
So, I think it's probably best if I just go over and join Saga and kind of wait for an opportunity for the creature to expose itself so I can stab it.
So Saga's now on the other side of the crevasse to you now.
Yeah, so if I use my full movement to go in her direction.
Well, you can head kind of in a northern direction towards the other bridge, or you've got Thorik on the bridge that Saga had crossed, which is closer to you.
Yeah. Just in case this creature decides to attack me when I'm on my own, I'd rather there be one of the tanks there to help me.
Sure. So which direction do you want to head in?
I'll head towards the bridge that Thorik's on.
Okay, cool. Are you going to cross the bridge, or are you just going to stay close to Thorik?
I'm sticking close to Thorik.
Okay. So Thorik, you see Johann kind of running up towards you, clearly seemingly abandoning his plan. Johann, anything else you'd like to do whilst you're now stood next to Thorik?
Thorik, have you still got your light on your warhammer?
I do.
Then no.
Okay. All right. Which then means Thorik, you now have Johann by your side, who's seemingly at the ready but not doing much, just waiting. Clearly finding comfort in the light that you are emitting from your warhammer. What would you like to do?
I dump my warhammer in his hands. Say, hold this.
For the record, where you currently are, the creature is currently about 35 feet away from you.
Right. So I dump it in his hands because he doesn't have dark vision, but I do. And I unhitch the rope from my pack. I'll tell you what I plan to do, and you can tell me if it's even possible.
Okay, sure.
I plan to unhitch my rope, run at it, and lasso it.
Okay. It's certainly possible.
That's my intention.
Sure. I guess that's going to be a dexterity check of some kind. So let's just go for a straight dex check. So you're running up the side of the crevasse. You're going to have to get fairly close, I think, with a lasso. What's the length of the rope?
I've got 50 foot of rope. Oh, hang on. Oh. Yes, I do have rope. So I was just checking out if I have rope. So I'm kind of thinking more like running towards where Saga's gone to like chase it.
Sure.
25 feet my movement, so then I can still see it below me, and then try to lasso it with a rope.
I'm trying to think from a purely physics perspective here, which I hate when I have to get into this level of in the weeds. But if you go to where Saga is, because the creature is the other side of the other bridge at this point. So if you're trying to lasso it, you'd have to be trying to really either lasso it over a bridge or under a bridge from Saga's position, which I think might be tricky.
I'm struggling to know where people are with this theatre of the mind.
Sure. Okay.
Situation
sure.
Currently.
All right.
If it's not possible, that's fine. I would like to put myself in a position where to my mind, we're above it and it's below us in the crevasse. Is that correct or not?
Yeah, you can do that, but you'd be, because of where the creature is. The creature's just the other side of the bridge. The creature's 35 feet away from you. So really, because you're dwarf, so you're 25 foot movement,
25.
right? Which I think is going to be just out of bounds of being able to at least get on the bridge.
Okay.
I think for you to be able to lasso it, only because of you're kind of trying to do it over or under a bridge, which I think is
so just it's more kind of like just the position that we're in. Okay. In which case, I will run up towards Saga, kind of like toss her the line and just say like, try and get this round it. And can I use the help action? So if she chooses to do that on her turn, I'm there to help her.
You certainly can.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'll catch it.
I think we'll go with that. Yeah, I think that
I'll
works.
catch the rope.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. Awesome. So Sergei, just because obviously theatre of the mind, let's just recap where everybody is. So Sergei, you are currently still fairly close to the entrance that you guys came through. You've got a stone column right next to you, and directly in front of you, so to your left is the stone column, and directly in front of you is the bridge, the crossing, which currently has Johann on it, which spans the crevasse, which is going across the front of you, yeah? All the way down to the far end of the room to your left at this point. Thorik and Saga are a little bit further along on the other side of the crevasse to where you are. So Saga and Thorik are approximately 20 feet, 15 feet from where you are.
Okay.
Okay. And then the creature from this is for everybody else's benefit. Saga, from where you are, it's currently 20 feet away across, but also this thing is very deep. So it's about 40 feet away from you all in from where you are. If you go at the diagonal, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Thorik, you're just behind Saga at this point. Okay? Cool. So, Sergei, with that in mind, is there anything you'd like to do right now?
I would like to cast Vicious Mockery on this fella.
Okie doke. Sure. Okay,
Hey.
so does he need to save?
Yeah, Wisdom save.
Alright.
You great gangly eyeball!
Okay.
Wisdom save, so it's got to be 12, basically.
Okay. So, you hurl your abuse at this creature, and it rolled a 6.
Ooh. That is a d4 of psychic damage, and it will have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Hey.
Nice. Okay. So what was the D4 at?
4.
Nice. Okay. Very good. Well done, sir. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to move from where you are at this point?
Yeah. So are these guys on one side of the crevasse?
So Thorik and Saga are now on the opposite side to you.
Could I?
Johann is on the bridge, and you're on a side on your own, essentially.
Okay. Could I kind of go along on the other side so we can kind of encircle it?
So you're carrying on the side that you're on, you mean?
Yeah.
And head up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you certainly could. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me just make a note. Okay, so you get to so where you are, you're just about to reach the other bridge, and directly opposite you on the other side of the crevasse is the stone column that Saga you were just near. Okay? So you've got there's in front of you, Sergei, there's the bridge, which is you're about 5 feet away from, and then the other side of that, but deep in the crevasse, is where the creature is. Okay? Awesome. So now it is the creature's turn. Sergei, could you make another Constitution saving throw for me, please?
9.
Okay. Okay. So once again, you see in your mind this massive green eye staring into the depths of your soul, and that is 11 necrotic damage for you, sir. Its presence is much stronger this time as it kind of breaks down those psychic barriers that you have within your mind.
Ouch. Okay.
And Saga and Thorik, and Sergei, in fact all of you, you see the creature crawling up the far wall, up the sides of the cavern, and it's starting to climb up the wall, and presumably to find some hidey hole somewhere. But it's now very much, as it's trying to flee, very much in your sight at this point, on the side of the wall. So, Saga, you have a rope in hand, ready for a lasso. Is that what you'd like to do, or do you want to try something else at this point?
Yes, I would. So it's within lasso range.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and if it isn't right now, it certainly would be very easy for you to get into position. As of right now, it's about 25 feet from you, so you probably need to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'll get a little bit closer.
Sure.
And then.
So, do you want to go like past the stone column near the bridge?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Thorik's like holding on to the end, so if she manages to lasso it, he can just like yank
it.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. All right. So you get this with advantage. Is that right? With help? It's been a long time
Yes.
since we used to help.
Yes.
I give advantage to the action that.
Do I get
Fantastic.
an attack bonus, or
So-
is it just
I think it's going to be a straight dex
dex?
roll.
Okay.
I think an attack with dex.
Okay.
So no proficiency, but so basically a normal ranged
+2,
attack.
yeah.
And take the 2 off. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's a 19.
Oh, okay. So you managed to hook this creature, and kind of almost got it round its neck and its shoulders, and you kind of yank the lasso tight. Now, are you trying to yank it off the wall at this point, or are you just kind of trying to get it so the rope's kind of engaged?
I'll yank it off the wall. I'm pissed. I am pissed off. I'm not doing half measures.
Okay, cool. So you yank this rope as hard as you can. Yeah, I won't make you do a strength roll for that. You just yank it as hard as you can. You're well and truly pissed off, and you pull it, and it kind of falls back and lands it back on the kind of rope bridge beneath it that is trying to cross, and it's kind of wriggling around in a panic.
I'm gonna keep hold of this rope.
Sure. Okay. That's probably you done then, isn't it? I would have
Yes.
thought. So Johann, you see from the other bridge that you're on, you watch as Saga lassos this creature and yanks it off the wall on the other bridge, which is about 30 feet away from you at this point. What would you like to do?
Okay, is Thorik on my way to the creature?
Yes.
Okay, so I advance towards the. How far is the creature away from me in feet?
The creature is about, as of right now, because it's on the bridge, it's going to be 30 feet away from you.
Okay, so I advance past Thorik
Yeah.
and half get this out of my hands, half politely pass his hammer back to him. I'm just like, and then I kind of run towards it, and then try and do a jumping stab while it's.
The Johann classic.
Yep, while it's grounded.
All right.
The classic. I probably won't be able to do sneak attack because there's no one. Is Saga close to the creature?
Yeah, Saga's pretty close. She's, as of right now, because of her positioning, she's only about 5 feet away from it.
Oh, that's fine. That's all I need. 5 feet. I can do it then. Fantastic.
Would the creature count as being
Prone.
restrained?
Oh, yes, that's a good point. Yes,
Or prone.
Yes. I mean,
let me double
Strange,
check.
sure.
You said prone, so that confers
Yeah, it's
advantage anyway. So
yes.
I'll stop griping to the DM for Johann's
all right.
sneak attack damage.
I find it helpful when people do that because it makes me go, oh yes. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't quite go as restrained because it can still kind of wriggle about and stuff. It just might not get as far as it wants to go. So I'd go with just prone at this point, yeah. But again, the advantage is still there, so you get your sneak attack, Johann.
Awesome. Okay, so I attack with my rapier. That's a 9.
Which is going to miss. That's with advantage, right?
Oh, good. If it's prone.
Listen to my griping. I'm griping on your behalf.
That would be a 19.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, that will hit.
And my D8 plus 3 is 4. But I'll use my sneak attack on that. And with my XD6, that'll be 3, so that's 7 altogether for my rapier.
Okay.
And my 2 weapon fighting, so I'll do my rapier as well. So that's 8. 10 plus 5 is 15. Does 15 hit?
Just about, yes.
Ooh! So that's just D4, I believe. Which is a 4.
Nice. Okay. So you leap up and you kind of embed your blades into the sternum of this creature, really like doing a lot of damage. You almost feel like you can feel the bridge underneath as you penetrate. Luckily for it, not through any serious organs, but certainly enough to cause a lot of bleeding.
So I'm like, stay out of my head.
Oh, nice. Thorik, anything you'd like to do at this point? You've just been handed your hammer back.
So, how many feet away is it from me?
So, as of right now, from you, you are 20 feet as the crow flies, but you would have to go around this stone column a little bit, so it'd be 25.
Good. I would like to... So it's face up currently?
Yes, yeah.
I would like to run 25 feet, double hand my shield, and I would just like to cover its face and press down and hold it so
Ooh.
it can't use its nasty eye thing.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I'm just full weighting this thing. It's like...
Yeah, give me a strength check. Let's see if we can do an opposing strength. You'll have advantage as well because it's prone, of course.
An athletics? Or just straight?
That's a good question. Let's go straight strength.
That is a... Where's my strength? Oh, there you are. That's a 15.
Okay, so you kind of push down on it and really hold it down, and it's like wriggling desperately, trying not to be suffocated or any of the other things that might potentially happen to it, and you see it panic, but it is just nowhere near strong enough to push you off, so you're really managing to... Now it is restrained, for sure.
Cool.
Anything else you'd like to do? I imagine that's probably you done.
No, I think that's me, thank you.
Yeah. All right, Sergei. So, you've witnessed from the other side of the bridge, everybody just kind of pile on this creature. You're about 5-10 feet away from the creature. You're just before you get to the bridge at this point. Anything you'd like to do?
I'll use my bonus action to tuck the knives away and pull the rapier out.
Sure. Okay.
And then I'll just slide in with a stab.
Nice. Okay, cool. Let's roll to hit. With advantage, because it's prone and restrained and everything else.
Dexterity, so that's a 17 to hit.
17 will do it, for sure.
Rapier is 1d8. Do I add anything to the damage roll?
No, I don't believe so.
And just 1 hit point of damage.
That's a shame. All right, so you try and navigate around all of your friends who are like pinning this creature down, and you just try and find a little spot where you can at least do some damage, and just find a little bit on its shoulder just to kind of nick with the end of your rapier.
Take that!
Does Sergei not add his dex bonus to his damage? Same with normal attacks.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought you meant any additional bonuses. Sorry. Sorry, Sergei.
If I'm adding my dex,
thank you,
then that's
Isaac.
Sorry.
3 overall plus 2 in dex.
Don't apologise, I need it a lot of the time.
Plus 2 in dex, so an extra 2 damage.
All right, excellent. Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Yes, sometimes my mind is so focused on everything else,
That's okay.
those things will
That's
slip me
okay.
by. So I find it very helpful when people call me out and stuff like that. So
No. It's the mother hen comes out. It's like, oh, what dear have you done? Now remember, have you packed your sneak attack? Have you remembered your cunning action? Have you remembered to add your dex bonus because you have to do that? Remember that, darling.
all right, is that you done then, Sergei?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm not going to use my other Bardic Inspiration. I can't anyway,
Sure.
'cause it's a bonus action.
All right. So this creature is now wriggling underneath, desperate to try and get out and escape. And it is gonna. You see it kind of bare its claws at you, Thorik, and it just kind of tries to swipe at you with disadvantage, of course, because it's very much restrained and prone. Although that being said, 19 against your AC.
That'll hit.
Ooh. That was two very good rolls there, I've got to say. I was not expecting that. So that's going to be 5 slashing damage against you for the first claw.
Ooh.
And then how is a 5 against your AC?
No.
So it swipes its claws at you. It just kind of catches your cheek. And then tries to strike at the other one, but you kind of see it coming and you just kind of bat it away and carry on trying to pin it down.
Strikes at my cheek. How is my beard?
Luckily, it missed your beard.
Just above it.
More cheek, less jaw, more cheek. You're all
He
right.
flinches and he's like, he's checking his face. Oh God.
That was it. It's in trouble.
Not the beard.
Saga, what would you
Yes.
like to do?
Well, I am going to kebab it with my greatsword, since it's at my
Kebab
feet.
it.
Yeah,
I don't remember that being on the fighter class.
it is in her. It's a Saga special.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Why? Oh, I'm gonna use my inspiration. Maybe that will help.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Ooh, yes. It becomes a 15. Thank you.
That
6 on the
just
inspiration.
about hits. Just
Yes.
about hits. All right, roll for damage for me.
I'm gonna do it on D&D Beyond. It's easier. 9 damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So you try and skewer it with the end of your sword, and you put in this massive gash. As it's wriggling about, you don't try quite hit your mark in terms of wanting to really skewer it and impale it, but this massive gash down its leg that just starts bleeding. That you just caught as it was wriggling about. Nice.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to do at this point?
Nope. I don't really have bonus actions. So
Okay.
That's
Johann,
it.
you had embedded your blades in it, and quickly after, Thorik had just ran in and just pinned the thing down, and it's just like scrambling and desperately trying to escape. What would you like to do?
I stab it again.
Stab it again!
Have it again.
Stab it again until it ain't struggling no more. Right. So same again, please.
Okey-doke.
A rolls. 8. A rolls. That's a 4. So 8 plus 5 is 13, which probably won't hit, will it?
No, it just, as it's wriggling, it just kind of manages to just like wriggle out of the way. Not quite enough to land, unfortunately.
Very well. Then maybe my dagger will have more luck. That's a natural 1.
Well, it's with advantage, so you can override that natural 1.
That's 23.
Oh, nice. Okay. So whilst your rapier, you didn't manage to land that, with your dagger, which has got a little bit more room to get into the almost difficult bits with this pylon going on, you do manage to like bed your dagger into its side. So let's roll for damage.
Right. I don't have any bonuses, so that's 1, but I can use my sneak attack again. Yeah. So that's just 2, so that's 3 damage.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So not enough to really get a good cut in, but certainly enough just to, do
Give it a haircut.
Yeah, give it a haircut. Anything else you'd like to do, or is that you done?
No, I think that'd be me.
Okay, Thorik. You're currently pinning the creature down. It's been being attacked from all sides at this point.
Thoroughly pissed off. I pull the shield to one side, unhitch Gladys from my from the ring on my belt.
Not Gladys.
Say, nobody touches the beard. And as much as it's only a one-handed weapon, he comes down with 2 hands and just tries to sever its head. Does a Saga special. Oh, it's a 19 on the die plus 4, I think. So that will be 23 to hit.
That's a very good roll. It definitely hits. Does it hit the mark enough to take it out, though? That's the question.
Go, Gladys, go. D6
Yes.
plus 2. 4?
Okay, so you bring Gladys down, and you kind of see its eye like light up in panic. It's trying to wriggle out, and as it's wriggling out, it just manages to move. So you just kind of gash its chest. You do a lot of damage to its chest. It's looking really quite weak, but not enough to kill it, unfortunately.
Can I cover it again with the shield?
Yes, of course.
I just fine. just start wrestling you down again.
Some of you got a spider under a glass.
So Thorik, you
Just
try and put the
skippering.
shield back down on top, and we'll move to Sergei to see how successful you are in kind of pinning
Come on,
it down
Sergei.
in a moment. But Sergei, you're looking pretty weak at this point. That damage that it's done to your mind has really kind of it's fatigued you. You're really not in a good way. But the creature is currently certainly prone. Whether or not restrained, we'll see in a moment. But what would you like to do? You can attack with advantage at this point if you want to.
I'm going to viciously mock it instead. I'm going to lean down, and after Thorik has said nobody touches the beard, I'm going to go, nobody touches my memories, googly eyes.
So it's a wisdom save, yeah?
Yes. Just got to be the 12. Probably not the right move, but good flavour.
So it is a 8.
That fails. Come on. 2 hit points of damage.
Okay, you hear it let out a scream as you hear that your words take effect on its mind. Not enough to wipe it out per se, but again, it's still looking very, very weak at this point.
Why won't you die?
I just thought that.
Yeah.
So, Sergei, anything else you'd like to do?
Could I actually just quickly, I don't know if it counts, it's a 2-weapon fighting, but could I quickly throw the dagger down, quickly try and cut it from my hip?
I don't know if with 2-weapon fighting you can do that if you're using your action to cast a spell. I think 2-weapon fighting only counts if you're using an action to attack, is my understanding. So unfortunately not.
I'll just kind of back up well, I give up. I cannot do anything. It is still alive.
All right, so let's go to this. Let's contest this strength check, shall we? Thorik, see if you manage to pin it back down again or if it manages
Right.
to wiggle out free.
17 from me.
14 from me, so you managed to kind of pin it back down very, very quickly. It's still very much restrained, which means it's not got enough room to escape, which it seems to be very, very frustrated by. And as you're covering its eye, it just all it can do is really try and strike at you with its claws and try and take you out, really, Thorik, at this point, which of course is what it's going to do with disadvantage. So that's going to be 7 against your AC. So that was presumably going to miss. And it's going to try and strike at you with the other one, which is going to be a 13 against your AC.
Nope.
So it's just frantically clawing at you, but not really managing to even strike a glancing blow at this point. So Saga,
Yes.
what would you like
Let's
to
do that again. Trying the same thing again.
You've just pinned this thing down and just absolutely battering it.
Yes.
It's just got nowhere to go.
12 to hit.
12 is going to with advantage.
I did not do it with advantage, so let's do that again. That's a 13.
I'm afraid not. No, you
Oh.
just cannot manage to. Between everybody piling on this creature, you just cannot manage to get any angle that can actually do a good hit. Unfortunately.
Damn it. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just growling in frustration.
All right, Johann.
Do you know, I think I'm gonna stab it.
God, that must have been a really difficult choice for you there, Johann.
Why reinvent the wheel, Wayne? Okay, that's a 13. No. That is a 22.
That'll hit.
Boom. Trusty rapier. It's 3 plus 3 is 6. And I'll add sneaky damage. Ooh, plus another 6. Which is 12, isn't it?
Okay. How are you finishing it, sir?
I twirl it and then do an like the ante drawing the sword out of the stone. So I'm trying to bury it. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes into the ground.
All right, nice.
Then twist, and then out again.
Okay, so you plunge your sword in and you feel it go through the creature, through the bridge, and it's really, really deep in, and you just yank it out with a bit of blood splatter coming out with it as well,
Ah.
as you slay the creature.
Like
And
lean on
that,
the
I
sword.
feel, would be a good place to perhaps end the episode, so that you can regroup and debrief at the start of the next. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a review on your podcatcher of choice, and we will catch you next week.